This is not the first WCW documentary we've seen. However, the special thing about this one is not only does it feature people we have not heard from, like Ted Turner's son and other executives from Warner, it also is being produced by Seven Bucks Productions, aka The Rock's production house. And they have done a massive job at marketing this. They're doing this in partnership with the producers and directors of Dark Side of the Ring. So we know that it is going to be visually like a great and well put together documentary. I think the question, though, Trevor, on everyone's mind is like, what should people expect? And also, like, what do you want to see? Like, a lot of people believe the story's already been told about WCW ad nauseum. But what are you interested in seeing and hearing about WCW in this new documentary series?
This is what I was thinking as well. Like, there's been so many documentaries about this particular subject. Do we really need another one? Right? Like, is this something we really need? Like, there's so many different stories that can be told, and so many different stories I think should be told. Is this really one that needs to be rehashed over and over and over again? Um, but with that same in the same token or same mindset, I guess, there are some things as an average fan, I'm sure needs to know, like exactly what was it, like what fueled you to take the actions you took, what like why was Hulk Hogan the main attraction all through all of the disaster? Like, why 16 different NWOs? Why, like, what were your thought? What was your thought process? Why couldn't you get some of the other stars that you tried to get? Um, like with the Four Horsemen. Like, what was? Because at one point, Four Horsemen didn't even exist anymore. It was just Ric Flair and Arn Anderson. Like, it was just them. like like with all the factions in WCW, why did we need another one? Like, what was your thought? But like, what made you think all of this through? What went through it? I mean, there's a lot of wrestling fans that have a lot of questions, I'm sure, but I know the biggest one probably until we see it and see how well it's done and what we do find out, see if we find out something different, is why do we need another documentary?
I think I agree with you. There are some, I guess, lingering questions. I mean, but those people are never going to answer. Like Eric Bischoff is never going to be honest about why he
Never.
booked what he did. Vince Russo is never going to be honest about why he booked. Bro, look, Tank Abbott, bro, would have been huge, bro. He ain't gonna no one's gonna
No,
be real about that, right? And even own up to mistakes. This is not. It's just not what wrestling
no,
does to me.
no.
People don't tell the truth in wrestling. Um, what I am going to be interested to hear, and again, I think this is like going back to a point we were talking about earlier, was the executives who were at Time Warner when all this went down. What we're going through their minds, because that's a side of the story we have never heard from. It's a
That's
new,
true.
fresh side of the story that could, if the documentary is kind of framed in that way, it could be eye-opening in many ways, because these are the people. Remember, Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff, Kevin Sullivan, all these people who were booked in the show, they played a monumental role in the show dying and WCW, excuse me, getting pulled off the air. But what I want to know is what decisions factored into the final decision to take WCW TV off of Warner Brothers properties. That's what I'm interested to hear.
Yeah, I mean, that's that's a big one that's never been covered, honestly. Like what was going through the minds of the executives, what was going through the mind, even the writers, um, and the bookers. Like what? Because at one point, the bookers really, literally had to be playing paper rock scissors. Who's gonna do the bit worse? Who's gonna do the worse? Are you gonna book
Vince
him?
Russo would be going out there playing rock paper scissors with himself mid-show.
Like, what the like? And why was that? And honestly, again, why go grab Russo? Because Eric Bischoff speaks on it many, many times, and he was not who he wanted to grab. Um, So there's a lot of things that can be answered. So I mean, I hope that's what they touch on because honestly, it's nothing but a well, Vince did all of this. Eric Bischoff did everything. Like it's gonna be a like he say she say, and no one's really gonna tell the truth.
This documentary, like all of Eric Bischoff's gonna be like, Vince Russo, who booked this shit? What an ass! Like he's just going to be
Right.
like. I mean, at that point, just bring in Jim Cornette and let him go. Goddamn, I was watching WCW. Why y'all make me watch WCW 2000? Extra cheese, extra onion, mother trucker. Let's give it to me, Rock. Like, come on.
At that point, it's gonna be like whatever. But honestly, I definitely think it's gonna get heated. It's definitely gonna get heated.
Let's go. Give me old ass wrestling podcasters with nothing else to talk about.